the update on our COVID-19 response. Chief Bush.
Good evening, Mayor and members of Council. As we know, the coronavirus outbreak has reached Minnesota, and the number of confirmed cases increased quite a bit over the past few days. This morning, Minnesota Department of Health reported that Minnesota had 54 confirmed cases of COVID-19, and that over 20 of those cases were in Hennepin County. Many of our neighbors have suspended meetings and trainings. In some cases, cities have chosen to close all their public buildings. Maple Grove doesn't take the danger lightly. As we followed this situation, I've noted the Minnesota Department of Health has been providing recommendations in line with the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and Health Commissioner Jan Malcolm has been very clear that the spread of this virus can't be stopped, but she's also been very clear that the spread of this virus affects a lot of people, but 80% of those who become infected will only experience a mild illness. However, a smaller percentage of people, including our elders and people with a range of underlying health conditions, they'll have a severe illness. It's been a dynamic situation, and we've been working with Hennepin County Emergency Management and monitoring reports from Minnesota and Hennepin County's public health agencies. We've also been working with the City Administrator, Heidi Nelson, and our team of department directors to map out the best path for the City of Maple Grove. Last Friday, Governor Walz declared a state of emergency in Minnesota. This past weekend, we completed a partial activation of our Emergency Operations Center, which is more commonly referred to as our EOC. This week, we're leveraging technology that allows us to utilize a virtual EOC to coordinate response efforts within our city. Short list of this technology includes Hennepin County Emergency Management's Web EOC electronic platform. Web EOC allows emergency managers from a wide range of disciplines a way to communicate and share information in a timely manner. We are using the Basecamp project management application. Basecamp provides a web-based platform that provides our emergency management team with a way to share information, store documents, and do so electronically. We're also using the Cisco WebEx electronic conferencing application to provide capability that brings directors and other teams together electronically. This reduces the need for in-person meetings while enhancing our ability to provide social distancing as recommended by public health officials. Our emergency management team has been working extensively over the past 10 days to review our pandemic preparedness documents and make appropriate adjustments to ensure the delivery of essential services such as sewer, water, police, and fire that our residents depend upon. At the same time, we're working to protect the health and well-being of the many dedicated staff members that make Maple Grove an exceptional city. We're currently providing all normal police and fire response services. We've provided staff with cleaning supplies that allow them to sanitize their workstation in common areas that are frequently touched. We know that the group at greatest risk for this virus includes our seniors, so closing our senior center was one of the first actions that we took. We've subsequently closed the Maple Grove Community Center and suspended all park and recreation programs. And this is in line with what ISD 279 has done and the Minnesota school systems are doing. We're reviewing staffing assignments, deciding the best ways to adjust work so that we maintain the highest level of service as possible. This includes ways to increase social distancing as appropriate, including the use of WebEx for some meetings. We've temporarily suspended some programs like our Police and Fire Explorers, and we've suspended our March firefighter training drill from this week. We're asking the public to make use of the telephone for non-emergency requests and any call for service to the city that does not absolutely require a face-to-face meeting. We'll continue to evaluate the situation on a continuous basis and adjust as changes dictate. Together, we'll get through this event and continue to be one of the best cities in the state. So one of the things that we are doing is we're keeping a situation report, and we'll keep sending that to council that goes into a lot more detail of the things that we're doing. But we're monitoring this every day. We know it's a situation that is changing. Yesterday, Commissioner Malcolm talked about the CDC's recommendations of social distancing, limiting groups to less than 250, and only allowing groups of less than 250 if they could do social distancing. CDC adjusted that just yesterday afternoon to make it less than 90. And for those of you who may be following news out of Washington, the president just announced they're recommending no groups of greater than 10 for social gatherings. So we're trying to make adjustments as we go, and we'll continue doing that. With that, I'd be more than happy to attempt to answer any questions.
Council, any questions for Chief Bush? I know that we've spent a lot of time, I know staff spent a lot of time talking about this, thinking about this, figuring out what to do and how to do it, and so we appreciate those efforts. Obviously, we're going to work hand in hand with the county and the state on what to do and how to do it, and we'll continue forward.